How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the Crypto Unveiled YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about the super popular altcoin, which is going to be, of course, the one and only Kaspa. If you guys are new around here, though, make sure you do hit that subscribe button as we post regular cryptocurrency content that you guys do not want to miss out on. And of course, as well, I do have to say, of course, this is not financial advice, so make sure you go out and do your own research and come to your own conclusion before investing into any coins or tokens that I mention in my videos. With that out of the way, let's get straight into today's video. So like I said, of course, today's video is going to be about the one and only Kaspa, which has been, a very common theme on my channel just because of how many people are really super bullish about Kaspa, and rightly so, because I really do believe Kaspa does have the potential to be one of the very best and to be at the very, very top of the cryptocurrency markets in terms of market cap. Just from the fact that their technology behind Kaspa does, they have good enough technology to actually rival some of the very best cryptocurrencies, or the very biggest, which is of course Bitcoin. But we get into a little bit more about why that is later on in the video, so make sure you stay tuned. So as you can see here, we are on coinmarketcap.com, and the official ticker for KAS is KAS if you want to check it out for yourself. You can see the current price of Kaspa is currently sitting at just over 10 cents per Kaspa, and I've currently got it to the yearly chart, and you can see how much Kaspa has exploded over the last year. I mean, Kaspa has just been going absolutely parabolic in the last few months, especially, or the last month especially. Kaspa has been doing extremely well, especially how, guys, I do have to mention this in every single one of my videos, we are still in a bear market, and Kaspa is doing this well and producing this amount of gains for its investors in a bear market. I cannot even begin to tell you, can you imagine how well Kaspa is going to be doing in the bull run? You can see, if we look at the yearly chart here, you can see over the start of the year, fairly stagnant, and then it's had a few little spikes here, which of course at the time were, big spikes. However, if you compare it to, at the later stages of this year, you can see how much Kaspa has been rallying, and the price increase on Kaspa is just absolutely insane. I mean, if we compare it to the start of the year, less just over half a cent per Kaspa, and now currently sitting at just over 10 cents. And Kaspa has actually taken quite a bit of a dip in the last month. If you can see here, over the last month, like I said, if we compare it to the yearly chart, this is not a big, big dip at all. But if we look over the last month, Kaspa has had has had an extremely well, a very, very good month. So, a little bit of a correction here is, very common, very normal to see. But, it has taken a little bit of a dip here. And if we switch to the 7 days, you can see again, Kaspa, if we were just looking at the daily chart, or the, 7-day chart, the daily chart over 11% down, 7 days, almost 17% down. It will be looking very bleak for Kaspa, and a lot of people will be turned off on the fact that, Kaspa has been, over the last week has been doing very, very poorly. But if we look, once again, if we scale it back a little bit and we look back at the yearly chart, you'll actually realize that, this little dip here is nothing compared to the yearly chart, how well Kaspa has been doing. This little dip here, like I keep saying, is just a small correction, and very, very normal to see in crypto. A lot of people, they get behind Kaspa, they FOMO, they fear of missing out on the run, and then once Kaspa starts to, gets to the very top and starts to, stabilize and fluctuate a little bit, people get worried, people get scared, and people just want to take their profits and get out. And so this is very normal in the crypto space. You see it with all cryptocurrencies. When a crypto pumps up so highly, of course it has to have a correction. So this is nothing to be worried about at all, guys. And a lot of people will be saying, this is actually quite a good buying opportunity to get, stack up a few more Kaspa coins at a little bit of a discount. So you can see, of course, the market cap, with the price taking a little bit of a downturn, of course, the market cap will, of course, also take a hit, because, of course, market cap is linked to price. You can see over the last day, over the last day, the market cap of Kaspa is currently sitting at just over $2.3 billion. Of course, the market cap is down over 11.5%. And, this is quite a big dip in the market cap of Kaspa. If we look back, I believe I made a Kaspa video about a week or a week and a half ago. The market cap was sitting at just around 3.3 billion. So Kaspa has taken a bit of a hit of around $1 billion on the market cap of Kaspa. And once again, $1 billion does seem like a lot of money, but in the terms of crypto, in terms of market cap with these coins, especially with a coin such as Kaspa, which has such high potential, I don't believe that a loss of $1 billion in the market cap is that big of a deal, and it it can get that much money back into the market cap very, very quickly. And of course, as we discuss Kaspa further on in the video, I hope by the end of the video you'll also realize why this is. If we do go ahead and look at the 24-hour volume, you can actually see that Kaspa has actually been doing extremely well over the last 24 hours, up over 77%, up to almost $64 million in volume, which is just absolutely crazy. It might just be from the fact that a lot of people are, buying and selling Kaspa, and, a lot of the times the volume does not actually dictate a lot about the coin. Of course, you want the volume of the coin to be, like a fairly good amount, just from the fact that, people can actually sell their coins and it does not, spread any fear. However, a lot of the times when volume is pumped up, or it's it's a bit lower, again, it's nothing to fear, because it's a lot of the times it's just people trading the volume. If we look at the current circulating supply of Kaspa, you can see it's currently sitting at just under 22 billion Kaspa, with the max supply at 28.7 billion, with a fully diluted market cap actually sitting under just over $3.05 billion with the fully diluted market cap, which is actually under the all-time high which it hit about a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks. So let's actually hop into what actually is Kaspa all about, and why I'm actually so bullish about it, and why so many people are bullish about it. Of course, I'm just going to briefly skim over Kaspa, their main goals, because I'm sure a lot of people watching this will already know about Kaspa. So with Kaspa, it's basically, a lot of people compare Kaspa to Bitcoin, because Kaspa is such a strong rival to Bitcoin, because it basically does everything that Bitcoin was meant to do originally, but just much better, much more efficient. And it's basically just, Kaspa is, a lot of people have been saying, including myself, Kaspa is the modern day Bitcoin, because it's just a lot more well adapted to the modern day. The amount of transactions and users of Kaspa, and the amount of transactions that need to be sent every second or every day has just increased so much that we need a coin such as Kaspa to actually handle this demand, because basically Bitcoin cannot handle this amount of traffic anymore. The reason why people call it the modern day Kaspa, like I've just said, is because Kaspa is doing what Bitcoin was originally meant to do, which was to be used as a transactional coin, meant to be used as a currency, an alternative currency to the traditional methods. But over the years, a lot of people have been switching switching the whole sort of motive behind Bitcoin to not used as a currency anymore, but more of a sort of store of value or hold of value, such as, a lot of people compare Bitcoin to gold now. They basically just like to buy Bitcoin and let their money sit in it in hopes that, their money does increase. And so a lot of people just use Bitcoin as a store of value and an investment, and no longer as a viable currency. And so this is why Kaspa is actually here to actually be the better Bitcoin, and why this is why I have been saying myself, and so many people have been saying, Kaspa is such a good a rival to Bitcoin, because it does have the potential to be at the very top of the cryptocurrency space. If it does start to go mainstream and many people start to use it, then Kaspa could basically be the new Bitcoin, and could be used for currencies by everyone. And of course, this would be absolutely insane for Kaspa. The market cap and the price of Kaspa would just absolutely explode. So if I further back up my point about why I believe Bitcoin is just no longer viable, and if we compare it to the fees of Kaspa, like you can see here on the charts, over the last few months or so, especially in the last week, a lot more people have been using Bitcoin again, and it has been putting a lot more strain and demand onto the network of Bitcoin. And you can see at how much the fees have actually been pumped up in price. Once again, just basically showing why Bitcoin is not a viable option as an alternative to currency. Because of course, when you send Bitcoin, you need to pay a transaction fee to the miners. And you can see this graph here actually shows the average transaction fees throughout the different days. And you can see as more and more people have been hopping onto the Bitcoin network, the fees have just been absolutely skyrocketing. And you can see over the last day, it's hit, another peak here at over 30s average. This is average, guys. So this could even go higher than this. $37 per, just a single transaction fee, just to send any amount of Bitcoin, is currently sitting at $37 average. So it could be higher than that just to send any transaction fee. So if you even wanted to send $5, you would have to pay a $37 transaction fee, which is just absolutely crazy. And of course, nobody is going to do this. So once again, just making Bitcoin obsolete, and just making it basically allowing a gap in the market for a new contender to come in and actually steal the show from Bitcoin. If we look at the current, the current community around Kaspa, Kaspa has one of the strongest community, and I say this in all of the Kaspa videos, it has one of the strongest communities behind it in any of the cryptocurrencies which I review. I mean, it's sitting at just under 180,000 followers on Twitter, but honestly, the amount of love and support my Kaspa videos get is just absolutely crazy. So many people are passionate about Kaspa, and that's another reason why I believe Kaspa is going to be doing so well, is because the strong community behind Kaspa is just going to push Kaspa to achieve such heights with the market cap as well as price. If we now get into the last part of the video here, which I'm sure a lot of people will be waiting for, and the reason why a lot of people would have actually clicked on today's video, and that is actually going to be my personal price prediction for Kaspa for the year of 2024, and why you guys are still super early into Kaspa, and of course you are not late to Kaspa. So I've put here, of course, Kaspa price prediction for 2024. We've got Kaspa current price currently sitting at just over 10 cents per Kaspa. The current Kaspa market cap is currently sitting at just around 2.3 billion. And if I say my personal price prediction for Kaspa is currently sitting at, if all things go well with Kaspa, I believe Kaspa could easily hit, 10 to 20x in gains. And of course, if it does hit 10 to 20x, the Kaspa price prediction would be sitting at $1 to $2 per Kaspa. And of course, if it does actually hit this price prediction, then Kaspa will be looking at a market cap of around $23 to $46 billion. And once again, I just back up my point. Once again, just saying, you guys are still very, very early into Kaspa. Even in 2024, even if it does hit, the market cap of $23 to $46 billion, I still do believe you guys are still very, very early into Kaspa, just from the fact that, like I keep saying, it is a major Bitcoin competitor. And of course, if any competitor is, is a very viable competitor to Bitcoin, then of course, if it even accomplishes half of what Bitcoin is, if we go over here and we look at the rankings, if I open a new tab here, and if we look at the rankings here, even if Kaspa achieved half of Bitcoin market cap, this would be sitting at around a $400 billion market cap, guys. And, of course, the price of Kaspa would just be insanely high, and the amount of gains would be absolutely ridiculous for the early investors which do actually invest now. So that is one of the main reasons why Kaspa is such a good coin, because of the technology behind it, which I didn't mention earlier, but, another reason why Kaspa is so good and why it is able to actually outperform Bitcoin is because Kaspa has its own technology. It has its own block DAG, which is basically Kaspa's own unique version of a blockchain. And basically what the block DAG allows Kaspa to do is basically just perform multiple different transactions at the same time, basically just, increasing the efficiency of the network and speeding the whole network up. Basically, once again, just showing why it is so far superior to Bitcoin. So apart from that, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for watching the video. Make sure you comment down below what you think about Kaspa. Are you already invested? Are you going to invest? Just let me know down in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy, make sure you do hit that like button. And of course, if you're new around here, make sure you do hit that subscribe button as well. Apart from that, I'll see you guys in the very next video. Peace.